What an amazing song. Hello and welcome to Excitebike. I am Tarquin and I'm going to be playing Selection B, and I will tell you why as I get into the race. So here you can pick whatever track you want to race on. I'm just going to race them in order. And race is kind of a funny word for this game because even though there's other racers on the track, I would consider this Selection B more of like an obstacle or like a traffic mode, because these other racers don't really affect the place that you come in, only how long it takes you to get there by bumping into you and knocking you off your bike and such. So yeah, I'd say Selection B is option mode and obstacle mode, and Selection A is more like a time trial mode. So it has all the same 5 tracks in it, so I'm not going to be racing both of them. So, that out of the way, I love this game. I played this a lot when I was younger. So let me give you a little bit of a rundown of this game. One thing I find weird about this game right off the bat is that it's not a 2-player game, even though there's obviously room for 4 people on the track. I guess the whole tethering thing wasn't very popular with Nintendo. Later on, Micro Machines did do the tethering type controls. And speaking of the controls, the way that this game works, you push up and down to go up and down between the lanes, and you push backwards to do a wheelie, and forward to lower your wheel again, or let go of the back button and you'll lower your wheel. You can actually nose forward when you're in the air, so that you can land on a flat surface so you won't bounce when you hit. And that sound is me pushing the B button. It's basically a turbo button, but it does overheat your engine. And that little thing right there, the little arrow, if you run over it, it will deheat your engine. It'll cool your engine down. See how it did that? So if you can time where remember where those are on each one of the tracks, you can do pretty good to hold your turbo button down a lot longer, or a lot more often anyways. And the A button is the regular speed. Yay! If you run into the back of or land on top of the back of a bike when falling down from a jump, land on one of the other bikes, it will make you crash. But if you land in front of them, or basically if they hit your back wheel, they get knocked off of their bike and you survive the fall. These little puddles, these little brown spots here, they're mud. They slow you down, obviously. So that's good stuff. Let's see, what else? I don't remember start and select do anything. I think start pauses the game, obviously. Oh, back to the race thing. The way that you get in first place in this game is basically by getting a good top score. A good time, rather. As you see down there in the bottom corner, it says 130. So if you get better than 130, you'll come in second, and if you get much better or way better, whatever, you will come in first. So that's why I said it's not a race per se, so much as a traffic mode, where you're just avoiding the other racers. And obviously I haven't played this game in a while. And this is a night track. I like a night track. I don't even know what course I'm on right now. Whoa, I almost hit that guy. Whee! Haha, he ran into the back of me. Yay! Oh, I keep hitting the B button. Another thing that's interesting about this game is if you have a turbo controller, well, I'm doing bad, and you push the turbo button on the speed boost, the B button, you have a tendency to accelerate and your temperature doesn't go up this fast. So I will demonstrate that a little bit now. Alright, I'm hitting the turbo button. Oh, brother. And it also makes you run back to your bike faster. If you look at my temperature, it goes up a little bit, but it doesn't go up that much. And sometimes if you hit it, if your turbo button's going at the right speed, you can hold it down and it won't even go up at all. So I don't even know what track I'm on. See, I only came in second place that time. That's uncool. So basically, if you beat third but you don't get the best time, then you come in second. And if you beat at the best time, you come in first. But it doesn't show you the best time. These little things right here, you have to do a bit of a wheelie over them or they will flip you over. So they're kind of a pain. Is this the fourth track? I can't remember. Oh, brother. Yeah, and if you don't land with your wheels remotely flat on the back of the hill, you will roll down the back of the hill, and it is a pain when you roll down the back of the hill. Chug, chug, chug. Whee! Oh no! Oh. Yay, turbo! Yeah, I had a tendency to play certain games with a turbo controller when I was younger. This wasn't one of them, because I don't think I had a turbo controller when I played this game. I don't remember that. I pushed back. I totally pushed back. So let's see if I can not come in second or third place in this race. Whee! 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 Oh no. Yeah, if you hold back, sometimes that'll mess you up. Whee! So this game is awesome, and one thing about this game, what probably fewer people know than should, in my opinion, is that there was a Japanese-only sequel to this game called Versus Excitebike on the Famicom. And it's called Versus because it's a two-player version of this game with new tracks on it. So that's awesome. And I may or may not be playing that in the future of the series. Oh, did I beat all the tracks already? Really? Did I beat all the tracks already? Let's see if it saved my scores. Press start. Yay! I'll race again. I'm gonna hold the turbo button down and see how much better than everybody else I did. See how it's not going up very much? Wow, this is a very short game. I didn't even remember it being that short. So after this, oh brother, I'm going to be showing you the design mode. This is part of the NES launch titles design series, what they called it. Which is, you can create your own tracks. Fun times. And I actually believe this is the first game in the design series that I've done so far. If I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go back and check. But I'm pretty sure. See how much faster I'm going and I'm holding down the turbo. Oh, the turbo button. Aha! See what I did there? And this game is interesting the way that the jumps are handled. You can actually jump so high and go so fast that you can jump through the bottom of the screen and come back out on the track. It's very weird, but I don't know how to do it. So best time 1:12:12. Yeah, I think it did save my scores. At least it's saving them for the length of time that the game is actually on. Oh no, I didn't want to hit that guy. Oh, come on. I guess I have time for 2 races. Yay! Oh no, I knew I was going to hit that guy. So there's not really much point in messing up the other guys other than just the satisfaction of knocking somebody off of a motorcycle. If that's something you want to do. Ah, he landed on front of me. Yeah, see, when you nose down, when you hit those particular ramp type ones, the little 2 triangle shaped ones, they're all triangle shaped, but the ones that are 2 beside each other, if you push nose down, it makes you go really far forward, but if you nose back, it makes you jump up really high. So I have a tendency to pull back and then push forward after I do that. And it's a really good geometry game. There's surprising depth to this 5-track game, because you can theoretically figure out how to perfectly jump over certain types of hills that you'll land on the backside of a different one. And I'm not doing that wheelie there. So it's a really cool game. 12:08. Yeah, I don't know if that was my score or not. I'd have to go back and watch the video. This is track 2? Track 3? I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, bump into me, that's right. You just got stumbled. What? Wee! Wee! Hey, I think I jumped over the temperature down thing. That's no cool. Wee! Oops, see, I jumped over it. Wee! Let's see if how if I see how I can get this jump. Oh, that was a little better. Get out of my way. That's right. You just got dethroned. Oh man, I did that while I was going up a hill. Messed myself up. That's a terrible sound, just to let you know. And again, that's me pushing the turbo button. See? Not making terrible sound. Oh, brother. Whee! No. Whee! Oh, brother. I'm doing beautifully at this game. We love it. Oh, but there were actually a lot of Excitebike games. Not just the two on the NES. Well, the second one came out on the Famicom disk system. The add-on for the Famicom. That never came out in America, for good reason. Some games you may know that came out in America that were part of the Famicom disk system library were Metroid and The Legend of Zelda. One of the reasons that that Metroid didn't have a save feature was because it did in Japan, but the Famicom disk actually held slightly more space than the NES cartridge, I think. And so they were able to add a save feature into it or something. I don't remember exactly how that worked. But we got a lousy save feature. So yeah. Oh no! I messed it up. So I guess after this I'll have a quick little part 2 video of the design feature. Okay, let's stop making that irritating sound. Hey! Cheap! Go fast! Whee! Whee! Yay, calming sounds of a dirt bike. Yeah, speaking of dirt bikes, this is the second dirt bike game I've played on my channel. I love dirt bike games. The first one was Dirt Tracks FX for the Super Nintendo, which is incredibly hard and yet still a pretty fun game. So yeah, back to Excitebike. There were actually 4 or 5 Excitebike games on the Super Nintendo, but I think they were part of the Satellivision games. Is that what they were called? They were part of the BS series, the Broadcast Satellite. And so you could download them from some kind of a internet or radio signal onto your Super Famicom. So that's a thing. And they had all the Mario characters and everything like that. But that's the end of this episode. The next episode, I'll talk a little more about those other Excitebike games. And I'll show you a little bit of the design mode. So I'm Tark, and this has been Excitebike. Thanks for watching.